Well, hello, retro game players. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Marcus. We're playing Kung Fu Kid on the SEGA Master System. I got to give a great shout out to Leo, the video game guy. Check out his channel. That dude hooked me up with some sick-ass SEGA Master System games. I did have a good, respectable collection of some of the good games, but this boosted it insane. So there's a bunch that we're going to be going through, of course, because SEGA Master System kicks ass. I actually played it when I was a kid before the Nintendo, the NES, so before Super Mario Brothers. I was playing, Afterburner is the one that really comes to mind. So, and then it seems like Astro something, some shooter. I can't remember what that was. Anyway, so we're going to play this game, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty crazy. So, and also, so what's been going on with me? You might be thinking, I'm glad you asked, because actually this week, something really weird happened. I was banned, well, technically suspended from Google+, which is really weird, because the reason given to me was that I was spamming. And I think that's really interesting, because it's weird. Before I started this YouTube channel, I'd never gone on Google+. I had no interest, no desire. I wasn't sure what the point of it is, honestly. And it took me a long time to figure it out, like what I was doing. But the idea is, you can post your content and your links and all that stuff. And that's really cool. But you join these communities. And these communities are interesting because when I first started, I didn't really know what I was doing. And, found a couple awesome communities pretty much right from the start. And then as I, have been doing this longer, I started to look at other ones. And I found this really cool one that I thought was pretty cool. And it's, I don't want to oust it, so, and I'm going to unjoin it. So you can't go look at my Google profile and see it. But, basically, this particular one, had, let's just say, a substantial amount of, what is it? It's not subscribers, but it's like members. Yeah, members. But there's only one moderator. And that was kind of unusual, because on most of the communities that I see, there's a few moderators, to help keep spam down. And I'm actually, fortunately, a moderator on two communities, which is really cool. One is called Press Start for Gamers, created by ASG. Very cool dudes. And then the other one is Co-op Sisters, and that's a great community too. And so I'm a moderator there, and whatever. I mean, I like to comment on people's videos and watch, and that's what these communities do. What I'm getting at, though, is this one that I joined, I had been active on for a while, like, interacting with people's posts, and it's got some specific rules, and I'll just tell you, it's basically a retro style one, like retro gaming. Then they have a section that's like throwback games, or new old games, that kind of stuff. And as you guys know from this channel, I've got videos that are all over the place. I've got Kane and Lynch, some of my first earliest videos was Serious Sam 3, and like Super Meat Boy, for example. That was, I think, my first video was Super Meat Boy. But then there's tons of retro stuff, and that's kind of what I do. So anyway, I posted the one on there that was the Star Fox Wii U one. And I thought, hey, I'm going to throw it up there, and I'm going to put it in the, whatever it was, new old games, whatever. And my thumbnail said, "Is this retro?" And it was just an interesting response to that, because some people really responded well, I thought, and whatever. But it was immediately gone from that community. It was flagged as spam, which is fine. Honestly, I get it. I do get it. Like, if someone posts something that's in the wrong category entirely, or, if they're just over and over, like 3-4 times a day, like, that's spamming, like, for sure. But not only am I interacting and, part of that community in a sense. I mean, I'm commenting other people's links and whatever, you know. I decided to share that, and it was my take, you know, for those of you who watched it, it was my take on how Nintendo really forced this new style of control on an otherwise classic and retro game franchise. So, Star Fox, to me, is awesome, and in a way, yeah, the controls were innovative at the time, but they weren't overly complex, and I feel like the Wii U, you know, gamepad just made it seem so, I don't know, just so cheap, really, and, you know, like, shoving these controls, this gimmick down your throat. So, anyway, my video that was like the, you know, vibe of it. And, anyway, I have some other, and I'm not going to mention it, but I've got some other friends from YouTube that post on there, and their responses are weird, too. Like, people just are strange to me, I think. But what's also really weird is that it's pretty hypocritical, as far as some of the content that you see on this. And what I'm getting at is, like, there's stuff that's, like, not considered retro that I see pop up there. There's new games, there's all kinds of new stuff. And it just bothers me that somebody, if they don't agree with the title of my video or, you know, the thumbnail or the game, like, they're just like, oh, fuck Star Fox Zero, that game sucks. Can't believe this guy's gonna talk about it. You know, and they're like, fuck this, I'm gonna fucking flag it as spam, and I'm gonna contact a couple of my other friends and flag it as spam or whatever. That's kind of what happened, I think. And maybe that's a little paranoid, but I think that's what happened. And so, again, I can't go into too many details about it because I don't want to be that, you know, in their face about it. But because it's a big community, it's something that's so big that I can't imagine managing it, which brings me to my next point. So I get this Google notice saying, oh yeah, I gotta keep jumping. This guy, you gotta keep jump kicking. But I get this thing saying, hey, we're suspending your account due to spamming, you know, and it's for 2 weeks. And that really sucks because I watch a lot of videos, like, you know, I always plus one them, whatever the fuck that does. But I plus one them and then I go watch it and I comment. And I sometimes comment on the actual Google Plus post, but really, I'll just post it and, you know, or I'll click plus one and then go watch the video. And, anyway, so I get this thing saying I'm suspended for 2 weeks, and it's like, whoa, that's weird. And then I look at all these communities that I'm a part of, and my video's still there except for this one. The one that I'm talking about, and it's been removed. And I'm like, well, that's weird. None of the other communities removed that. That's strange. And I start looking for other ones, and I notice another one from that thing was removed, which was retro, by the way. Technically, by their own definition. And like I said, there's other posts on there that are not retro. So it just kind of irritated me. But then I look at the, well, actually what I did was I appealed the process or whatever, the suspension. And then I looked up who the moderator was because there was just one of them. And it was a Google software developer. And to me, that was just like, whoa, that's strange. Like, that's weird. Anyway, so then I get a thing saying, hey, your account has been unlocked. We've reviewed and determined whatever that you weren't spamming, and, you know, we've re-enabled your account. Oh. And, you just run away? You just run away? Oh! This is tricky. Got him. So, anyway, they re-enable my account, and it's not working. I can't, it says log out and log back in. I've tried that on my phone. I've tried it on my computer, and on the computer it's really crazy. It's like, you're in violation. We've blocked you for 2 weeks, you know, blah, 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 all this stuff. And it's just like, okay, well, that's weird. So it's not working. So I write Google, and I actually do the same thing, and basically go through the appeal process, and I say, hey, you guys sent me a letter or email saying that this is working, but it's not. So guess what I get? I get another response back from Google, and it says the exact same thing, like copied and pasted, like, you know, hey, we've re-enabled your account, just log back in. And of course, it's still not working. And my thought here is that Google is so huge in the sense that, like, who knows if this is a robot? And that was my original thing. On Twitter, I posted that too. It was like, this is AI. This is like some system that's just taken a few people's response and said, oh yeah, that is spam. We're going to spam it. And anyway, it's just interesting to me because I don't know that I really use Google Plus, you know, that much anyway for myself. And maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just stop posting, but still go and contribute to people's videos and do that kind of thing. Oh shit. So I don't know, I'm just not really sure what to do, if I should just like, you know, see if they end up writing back, which they don't. They just say, oh yeah, sorry about that. It's really stupid, the email from them. So anyway, that's what I've been dealing with, is my Google Plus account has been suspended, which is super funny to me. Dude, I cannot hit this chick. I have to wait for it. Ugh, there we go. You see that kicker right in the head? Oh, I can duck? There we go. You like that kick? Oh, that wasn't fair, dude. Come on. Come on, lady. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. This is a pretty cool game, though. It's actually all about kicks, as you can see. See if I can get through this. This level is tough, so I'll try it one more time. And if you kick these scorpions, they fly off. See that? And you can follow them to a point, which is pretty awesome. Now, these little bandage things, I don't know what they are. I'm not sure what they are, but you can throw them. I just don't know what they are. They look like business cards? Maybe he's throwing business cards aggressively? I don't know. But this is a tough game. You gotta be on your toes. Oh, that sucks. And I'm not sure, is that like, that must be a different one. Oh shit. That was pretty awesome, actually, but yeah, it's pretty tough. So anyway, you guys, I just want to make that video and explain what's going on. If you're one of my you know, buddies or whatever from Google Plus, hey, I'm sorry, I can't do anything on there, but I will watch your videos. I'm still going to be there. But I don't know, should I rejoin it? It's like, what the hell is Google Plus? Honestly, you know, I use Twitter and Facebook, and you know, YouTube itself, so who knows. But it's also sort of ironic that I won't even be able to post this video on Google Plus, but it's going to go on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, you know, so I can't even post this about it. But yeah, it's just funny how there's this kind of weird retro hypocrisy, you know, like in terms of categorizing, you know, and you know, I don't know, I'm really into keeping things original, but at the same time, you know, I don't care if someone wants to play using an emulator, you know, if that's what they want to do and they want to enjoy the game that way, then that's awesome. And if someone wants to play new games, that's awesome too. I don't care. You know, I play new games myself, and I don't know, sometimes I play with an emulator. Not on the channel, but I, you know, will play with an emulator, for example, with my PSP or my Wii, and I've mentioned that in the past. It's just easier to set up sometimes on a different TV. But, you know, I don't know. I also think that the last thing I'll say is that the community there, you know, because there's only one moderator, you know, that guy's not really involved. I mean, at a certain point it gets so large, and like I said, he is a Google employee, so that's strange to me, like I said. But if someone has a problem with a post, you know, don't flag it for spam unless it's spam, and that's coming from someone who sees actual spam on, you know, 2 different Google communities and knows when to, you know, not approve it or whatever. And that's the other thing is Google shows up, like it'll say, oh, this message is spam, and it'll put it in a folder, and then as a moderator you have to approve it. My message went straight through, so it was never caught by the system. Somebody had to go in and actually say, I'm flagging this, and they had to get more than one person to do it, which is easy if it's such a large community. And I just think that's crazy. No one posted like, oh hey, you know, actually, please don't post this kind of stuff here. This isn't, you know, what we meant by new old games, or, you know, games that are somewhat retro or whatever. You know what I mean? It wasn't like there was no warning. It was just like, I'm flagging this shit. And that's where I think it's kind of stupid. You know, and also, like I said, you know, I've got friends that post on there, and I've seen other people post on there, and some of the replies are just really pretty harsh. Like, you know, it's like a knowledge battle, you know, like who knows the most about, you know, retro gaming, and like the details and the specifics and all that stuff. And that's just strange to me. But anyway, guys, I hope you found this video interesting at the least. And like I said, you know, Kung Fu Kid is an awesome game, and that leads me to my next point. You know what to do. You're going to keep that shit retro by playing Kung Fu Kid on the SEGA Master System. By the way, this is an RGB through the FrameMeister Mini, too, so it looks pretty sick, right? Peace out.